Alright guys, so back to Lady Butterfly. That first attempt was kind of weird. It's kind of difficult to record while you are playing, but I zipped back to the Dilapidated Temple, just got some reps in on the training dummy, and we'll go right back into Lady Butterfly here. So, like I said, just make sure you have your shurikens and your snap seed available, and just get ready for the dance. Every time she deflects, you want to just get ready to deflect one on your own, and that's how you build up her posture. Stay on her. Jump on her head. Back away. Back to the pressure. Back to the pressure. Hit her with the shurikens when she jumps. Keep that posture high. And boom, first phase done. Get the snap seeds ready. And she is, at first it looks like she's a one-phase boss. She's a two-phase boss. This is where the whole illusion thing comes in. She's going to appear up here on the balcony and then jump down, and we're going to pressure her immediately. So, same thing. Same story. Same story. Now, if you're playing Charmless, it's going to be a pain in the ass because these illusions and the butterflies she sends do a lot of damage. But if you get into the middle of them and then use the snap seed, the illusions all disappear. Oh, she got me there. Same thing. Same thing. Now you see my posture is very high, so if I miss, oh man, if I miss one of those deflects, which I was too worried about missing a deflect. There we go. Here we go. This should be it. Get her off in the corner. Oh my goodness. She was dead. Alright, we'll get her on the next one. Alright, and this is Sekiro, so prepare to die, you know, more than once. Rush through it. I don't really worry about picking up the scent off them, because if you die, you're going to lose it anyway, so it's best to have not as much. Go ahead and deflect. There we go. It's best to play aggressive on bosses like this, but at the same time it's easy to get locked up into the focusing on, you know, putting too much pressure and forgetting about, you know, the counter attacks and stuff. So just like that one, I was still pressuring. Back to pressure. If you throw the shurikens too early, it won't affect her, she'll just parry them. There we go. And every time she does a jump and you land on top of her head like that, it causes a lot of damage to her posture. So every time you can get away with doing that, do it. And you see what happens if you get perfect deflects there. It makes the boss fight pretty simple. Sorry if it feels like I'm getting distracted. I'm trying not to die on Lady Butterfly anymore. This was my first hard check in Sekiro that I actually had to look up help on how to beat it. And I've had a love-hate relationship with Lady Butterfly ever since. There we go. I feel like some of her attacks are just super cheap, but you can knock her out of the air even when she's going for that huge stomp. There we go. There we go. It's all about just making sure you're not just playing for the, you know, mashing the button. It's very important that you actually get good at the deflecting part of it. And just like that, Lady Butterfly is down. So Ghost, or not Ghost, Wolf knew Lady Butterfly. She helped train him along with Owl, so he was not expecting to fight her. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe. The Phantom Lady Butterfly was a seasoned practitioner of illusions, as we can see. We get the Sekiro droplet. It's a pale pink crystal residue known to form when an immortal oath fails to establish. Increases resurrective power, allowing one additional resurrection. To repeat the vows of undying and be rewarded the resurrective power once more surely necessitates the aid of the divine child. So basically, there was an oath there that Lady Butterfly failed to keep, and we don't know what that oath was, but we got the Sekiro droplet, which is basically going to give you another resurrect in the middle of combat if you decide to use it, but you do only get a certain amount of those, so it's good to save them for when you really need them. And then this happens. So without spoiling too much of the story, remember in the beginning, Wolf was in a very bad situation. We don't really know why, but this was what happened all the way up until that point where he was inside the well. So this is what he didn't remember happening, and he's reliving the memory now.
You fought bravely on my behalf. I cannot throw away such loyalty.
And this is where Kuro is going to gift him the dragon's heritage for the very first time. And this is what gives you the power to resurrect throughout the game. So that initial resurrection that happened in the Hirata Estates is what led to Wolf being able to resurrect when he dies.
Oh, I didn't realize you were here. The sculptor has been coughing blood. I took a sample of this blood for my dragon rot research.
A sample of his blood?
Yes, blood that he's coughed up. The color of the blood itself appears to be tainted, stagnant, but the sculptor's blood alone isn't enough to reach any conclusions.
Is there anything I can do?
Yes. Bring me samples of blood coughed up by others that suffer from the dragon rot. If I have more, I'll be able to learn more about the disease.
If I come across anyone afflicted by the dragon rot, I'll ask them.
Thank you.
Alright, so this is where we're going to start helping Emma cure the dragon rot. We know of one more person that had the dragon rot. So basically we're going to have to go there and collect a sample from them.
Sculptor. I'm not no.
Alright, so he's not going to be available for conversation until we cure him. See if we can upgrade. Nope, not yet, not yet. And not yet. Alright, so no upgrades yet. So he's wheezing, obviously not in a good spot. Come out here. And since we completed that memory, we are going to travel, well, after we do our reflection of enhancing attack power. So Lady Butterfly, the Phantom Lady Butterfly was appointed by the Wolf's foster father as one of his mentors in shinobi techniques. These mentors employed strict methods. The cultivation of shinobi techniques can only be achieved in the midst of battle. So she was one of his teachers, and now she's dead. So we need one more prayer bead to increase our health. So we're going to go ahead and rest. And we're going to go back to the outskirts, and I believe it is yes, the wall. Alright, so going back here where we originally got the bell from, we're going to meet up with the old lady that was at the top of the bridge. Or not the top of the bridge, but the top of the house. And complete this quest line. Remember that we still have a quest down here that we're looking to fulfill. But we're going to go ahead and watch this one more time, just so it makes more sense for everyone.
Lord Kuro, Lady Emma, are there other survivors.
There are very few of us left.
I see. Apologies. There's no end to those who seek the dragon's heritage. This was their fate. Because of those that pursued me. I didn't mean to involve them.
Alright, so basically what happened at Hirata was the troops were lured away, and it was a trap to try to take Kuro. Kuro, like I said in the beginning, is a member of the Hirata family. So someone was trying to steal Kuro so they could get his dragon's heritage, which is kind of the theme for the entire game. So he kind of blames himself for the power that is making people, commit such violence. And the best way to answer violence is with more violence. So Wolf's gonna go ahead and make everything better for Kuro by killing everyone. Alright, here's the building. You're gonna see that Inosuke has made his way up here and the mother is dead.
Mother, until the end. The young master.
Alright, cool. So that's the end of that quest line. As you can see, they didn't make it out, but that's fine. Didn't really need them to. Now we're just going to speed through here. Get back to this sculpture. Alright, now that we're done with Hirata, we can go ahead and start carrying on with the Ashina Castle. Again, we have a couple outstanding quests that we are still on. We have, obviously, general movement through the castle, but the Tengu is having us look for the rats, and then as we move forward through, we're looking for someone with dragon rot. So now that we're here, that's where we're going to meet back with the Tengu, and we're going to go through here and complete his quest line. Have your shurikens ready coming through this area because there are dogs. Dogs, again, not that big of a deal, but shurikens make it easy to deal with. Got you, bitch. I'm gonna come this way. Sneak around. And guy with a bunch of dogs. There we go. Makes quick work of the dogs. And then we will go deal with the rats real quick. So the rats are assassins or spies. They have helmets on. We're going to take care of this eavesdrop first.
Indeed grave. The land of Ashina will not last much longer, even with Genichiro on our side. What about our other mission?
Black Hat is fighting like a demon by the Serpent Valley side of the castle.
Then that's where we're going next. But keep your wits about you. The Black Hat Badger won't go down without a fight.
Alright, so these guys are working with Genichiro, but also against him. You can tell that they don't really have the strongest loyalties, so they're trying to pick the winning side. And there's a guy named Black Hat Badger that they are looking to find. Go ahead and just use the axe twice on this guy, breaks his hat. And that's that's the Tengu's mission. They're complete, so we'll go ahead and complete that real quick. He gives us something extremely useful, so it's always worth it to make sure you run back, even though if you can't, reap the rewards from it right away, it's really useful to have.
Looks like you've got yourself some rats.
Yes.
I knew you had a talent for killing. Wonderful. Here's your reward. Take it.
Alright, so Ashina Eric text. Damn, I need my glasses. A compendium of Ashina sword style allows one to learn Ashina style skills. The text reads like a history of Ishin Ashina's battles. When young, Ishin fought desperately time and time again, polishing his technique in the blood of his enemies. He consolidated his learnings under the Ashina style name for the sake of his clan's dominance.
The ways of the Ashina blade. It's our school of fighting. But there are no hard and fast rules. You just win your battles. That alone is the most important rule of the Ashina style. I hope it can be of assistance with your rat hunting. And most of all, your own battles you've yet to fight. About the ways of the Ashina blade. It's our school of you just win your... I hope it can...
Alright, so he has no more conversations there, but basically what he just unlocked for us was another upgrade tree. So there's going to be a bunch of abilities, all kind of based in swordsmanship. Not really like our shinobi tree, that's all about stealth and all that stuff. So it's going to help us increase our techniques with a blade. It's going to unlock a lot more combat arts, basically, to sum it all up. And there are extremely strong combat arts in there. One of them in particular is going to be kind of a requirement to be successful throughout the game. So we're going to run up here. Go ahead and take this guy out. Alright, let's go grab this item. I don't know who was using so many ceramic shards throughout the game, but there must be a real good use for them at some point. These guys you can kind of zigzag in and out of, but there is a way to get around all this, and there's some items that we want to grab, so I'm going to show you the roundabout way. Hop up here, and then you're going to grapple up top, grab the item, another light coin purse, make sure I didn't miss anything. Yep, over here. Alright, cool. So you can kind of see you're overlooking the battlefield. That's where we fought Gyobu. Now we're making our way into the castle. So from up here, there's a couple big dudes down here that you're going to want to take care of. This one you can get the jump on them, literally. And then you want to make sure that you don't fight these all at once. So take care of him. Stay away from the big dude until the small dudes are done. And then we'll take on the big dude once we're sure. Is that it? Okay, cool. Alright, so again, with big guys, you want to make sure that you time their attacks correctly. They don't kill you in one shot or anything like that, but it's much better to... hate when they do that shit. There we go. And of course they punish with a punch. Let's get back. You don't have to actually clear these guys to progress. You can just skip them from where I showed you how to get here. But we'll go ahead and do it. That way we can clear the whole area. Super annoying. You start seeing less and less of the like ogre type huge bosses or enemies, and you start seeing more of the swordsman enemies later in the game. It kind of force you to forget everything you just learned about fighting all these slow attacking dudes, but it's worth it because the combat at the end really picks up. Alright, let's try to get up here. Come on. Get the item over here. It's kind of worthless. Scrap iron's not worthless. Alright, now we're going to come take this guy from behind, literally, after we eavesdrop.
In the battle. I know. But what choice do we have? Desperate times call for desperate measures. We're in no position to worry about what others might think. Yes, but... Hey, keep it together, soldier. Keep talking like that, and they'll put you on its detail. And when it's mad, it doesn't discriminate between friend or foe.
Alright, so obviously, based on that conversation, we're coming up on an enemy. It's probably going to be some kind of beast. So it's telling you, get the firecrackers ready. So we're going to have our firecrackers ready to go. And we're going to sneak through here, take this first guy out. Walk up on these guys. And here comes the Raging Bull. And again, he does not distinguish friend or foe. Try to let him do the work here for you. Lead him into the wall if possible. Sometimes he doesn't. So if you lead him into the wall, sometimes he'll stun himself, but firecrackers also work just fine. Firecracker down. Stay on his butt, and when he turns into a corner that he can't get out of, just kind of punish him. Just like this. Get a couple hits and then back away. All you're trying to do on this guy is bring his health down, because as his health, you'll never really be able to break his posture by parrying or anything. Sometimes the fucking firecrackers don't work as well as you would want them to, but the firecrackers help raise his posture up. Very annoying boss. Like, super opposite of what the game kind of teaches you about combat, and now you're just running around chasing a huge bull, throwing firecrackers at it, but it does kind of mix up the gameplay. Now he's in a corner. Just make sure you're moving away from where his horns are going, and you can just keep punishing. Use the firecrackers just to keep him in place. Eventually you'll break his posture. There we go. Ran into the wall. And now we're going to punish. So, there's cleaner ways to do it. You can kind of bait him into a wall. He'll run into the wall, stun himself. But, alright, so we got the Shinobi Medicine rank 2. This is one of the ones we were going to buy, but we just got it before we bought it, so now there's no need to buy it. It's basically going to increase the amount you get from your gourd. Alright, spear guy's coming out. Go ahead and punish that. Punish that. So they thought the bull was just in here going crazy, and they didn't realize that we killed it. They were using the bull to guard the gate. So now we're on the inside of the Sheena Castle. So we're going to talk to the old lady first.
Thank heavens.
For what do you pray?
Oh, you there. Have you heard of the Senpo Temple? The Senpo Temple on Mount Kongo. A very special holy person lives in that place. Go on. Join me in prayer. Thank heavens. Thank heavens.
Alright, so this lady sounds like she's batshit crazy. Basically, what the game doesn't tell you here is that she's telling you to pray with her, and you can do that by using items. So, like, if you use a bunch of ceramic shards, or you use, say, I don't know, let's go with the Divine Confetti. Basically, I'm not going to burn through all my items, but you'll use a couple items and then she'll give you an item. She won't give you anything like immaculate other than some good crafting material, but we don't need that for any completion of the story. Alright, so we're going to use our prayer beads. In Ashina, there is a towering pink ogre of a man said to have gone red-eyed and run amok before he was long shut away in a forsaken dungeon. So that was the prayer bead for the ogre. And we don't have any memory, so alright, so let's go take a look at what Ishin gave us. So Ichimonji is the combat art that we are going to be looking to definitely have, and then one of these is going to be the Ichimonji double, so we need one more experience point. But basically what this attack enables you to do is you hold L1 and R1, and he's going to raise the blade over his head, and then once you attack with it, it's going to do like an overhead slam. It's going to cause a ton of posture damage on the enemy, even if they block it, and it's going to help you recover your posture. So it's like a attack and recover at the same time technique. It's extremely beneficial on bosses that have high health and high posture. So we're definitely going to be unlocking that next. All right, so we made it to the gate, or we made it to the castle. As you can see, there's a bunch of enemies up there. We're actually not going to clear that way first. We're going to go back through the reservoir that we came from, and there's a mini boss over there that I want to take out, get his prayer bead, and kind of clear our way from the outside in. So we'll do that on the next episode, and then we'll head into the castle and see what's going on in there. Catch you guys in the next episode.